Okay, so for this problem, we are going to be showing how to solve an augmented matrix using row-reduced echelon form. So the two equations that we have for this problem, let me write them down, are 3x minus 2y equals 14 and x plus 3y equals 1. And so basically what we want to do is get this into row-reduced echelon form. So our end goal is going to be to get it into a form that looks like this. That's bad. Sorry. 1, 0, 0, 1. You'll have two numbers of some sorts over there. And to do that, we're going to have to first put our two equations into an actual augmented matrix. So we will put them into an augmented matrix and it'll look like this. And we're going to work in a pattern that works down, across, and back up. So the first number that we're going to be working with is 3, and we want to get that to equal 1, just like it is over here. And so the easiest way to do that is to do something called a row swap. So we're going to take row 1 and just simply switch places with row 2. So by doing a row swap, we're going to end up with our 1, 3, and our 1 in the top, our 3, negative 2, and our 14 in the bottom. And now the next number that we're going to be working with as we work down is going to be the 3. So we basically, now we want to get that 3 to equal 0. And this is a little bit more complicated. We're going to use multiplication and subtraction. And so what we're going to want to do is actually multiply our row 1 by 3 and then subtract that from row 2. So it'll actually be row 2 minus row 1 times 3. And so that's actually pretty easy. So 1 times 3 is 3, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 1 is 3, and then our second row is 3, negative 2, 14, and we just want to subtract. We end up with 0. Sorry, this one is actually wrong. This should be 3 times 1 is 3. And so what we'll end up with, whenever this pen decides to work, is 0, negative 11. This pen is not working. Negative 11 and 11. We're just going to start on a new page now. So the matrix that we have right now is 1, 3, 0, negative 11, 1, and 11. Now what we have to do is get our 11 right here to equal 1. And the easiest way to do that is to multiply it by negative 11 over 1, so a fraction. So our directions are going to be written as row 2 times negative 11 over 1 equals a new row 2. So negative 11 over 1 times 0 is still going to be 0. Times it by negative 11 is going to get us 1. And over here, it's going to get us negative 1. Our top row stays the same. Now, our next step is to get this 3 to equal 0. Because remember what our end goal is. Our end goal is 1, 0, 1, 0. And then some number, some number. So basically we're going to do exactly what we did before. Just the opposite. We're going to take row 1 this time. And we're going to subtract 3 times our row 2. So row 1 is 1, 3, and 1. 3 times our row 2 is going to give us 0, 3, and negative 3. If we just subtract that, we're going to get, and sorry, this is going to give us a new row 1. Okay, so we're just going to put this in a matrix form now. So we'll have 1, 0, 4, and then our bottom will be 0, 1, negative 1. And that's really our final answer. So the solution, what this means though, is that our 4 equals x and our negative 1 is our y. So this 4 is our x and the negative 1 is our y. We'll just write that down here. So if it does ask for the solution, that is what it would be.